Honda CRF250R. This has been my favorite four-stroke. For the last month and a half or so, I've been having a lot of fun riding it. So today I thought, let's do a back-to-back with my gold standard. 350s have always been my favorite combination of power, weight, handling, when you put everything together. Let's see how they compare back-to-back on this cool, cloudy day in Ohio. Now I put together just a short little loop here, and we'll talk while we're riding. I didn't really want it to be like a lap time comparison, but I just can't resist. So we'll do a little bit of old school GP track, and I'll cut some sections off. I still like to evaluate bikes on more of a GNCC kind of setting, because it's a little bit of a do-all, moto and woods, and these 350s have always had such a great feeling of kind of agility and power, whereas a 250F felt a little bit soft and you had to really gas her to go, and the 450s can be have a little extra inertia. 350s have always felt really good, but that 250 Honda came out and it's so light, and it just has a really good fun factor. So I've been enjoying messing around with it. And I thought if I ride them back to back with this is my favorite four-stroke to date, I'm gonna get a better feel for it. Now this one's been kind of a full factory edition. So I got the KTM Pro components on it, suspension. Stock stuff is good, but this Pro component stuff is on another level. And these just really brings the bike, makes it so easy to ride, and it just works over such a wide range of terrain. See, get in some tight woods too, have some fun, and this bike still goes. I also put the myKTM connectivity unit on this one so I can map it, and I turn the throttle response up, and I turn the engine braking down to free up the chassis, and it's a nice change. And finally, last thing I did was put a Kropovich pipe on it, full exhaust, and that gave me quite a nice boost in low to mid, and it's quiet to boot, so that's good. So this bike is my favorite four-stroke to date, but boy, I've had a lot of fun on the Honda, so I thought I'd ride them back to back today. Ooh, 330. All right, 330, actually 329.6. Let's see what the Honda can do. Oh, it's so thin. The ergos are thin and feel really good. Boy, immediately feel the lighter weight. The brakes are excellent, and it doesn't have as much power, but it's so much, it just feels like it's 15 pounds lighter, and I know it isn't. They did such a good job on this engine for too. It's got like decent low to mid, not Yamaha level, but enough for vet guys like me. See that thing? I didn't even clutch it and just let it kind of chug. And the engine pulls really nice. But there is also doesn't have hardly any engine braking, which gives it that kind of, makes it feel lighter too. Ooh. Playful. Now, one thing this thing I'm not as happy about is it kind of just has a globally firm feel of the chassis. I loosened up some bolts based on the Kiefer testing recommendations axle swing arm, and it definitely helps. It isn't just the suspension, because I rode an RX last week. It still has the same kind of character, but maybe part of that quick handling is the kind of the sharpness of the chassis. It makes it feel so light, but you pay for it in terms of compliance. On a prep moto track, it's no big deal. I mean, you'll notice it when it gets dry and hard packed, but in this wood stuff, especially picking in the slow speeds, definitely could use a little more compliance in the chassis. Maybe somebody will come out with engine mounts, but it's just there. But the fun factor, the grin factor, oh, this bike wins. It's so responsive. You know, like I talk about power, weight, and handling. You know, bikes will have more power, but they'll lose a little bit in agility. This thing just turns up the agility factor and handling, and has decent power. Oh, 329.6, 331.3. So it's just a couple seconds, maybe 2 seconds off. Hands down, this wins the fun, grin, just lightweight. It sets a new bar for it in the 4-strokes, I think. I think this is just the funnest bike to ride. You pay for it a little bit in compliance, but maybe just a good suspension revalve, everything will be good to go. KTM, man, my full factory edition, still wins the overall today, but my gosh, put a little bit of work to get it to there. Maybe some suspension on that and we'll be good to go. Anyhow, 2 big thumbs up.